Thank you for all the inspiration. And, you know, what's funny, the thing that had me cracking up all night long was the fact that I go through 20 years of everybody screaming to pass the ball. Then on the last night, they're like, don't pass it. This has been absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart, and I sincerely appreciate it. No words can describe how I feel about you guys. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys, and I love you guys. And my family, my wife Vanessa, my daughters Natalia and Gianna, you know, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. You know, for all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Skip from 4-1 here. I hope you're all having an amazing Mamba Day. Of course, 8/24, the day where we are celebrating the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant. Today on the channel, we're going to be doing something that we haven't done in a couple of videos. I won't say quite a few videos because, you know, I only have so many videos on the channel. But we are taking it back to our roots. We are doing a list today of my favorite Kobe sneakers over the years. Now, I want to be 100% upfront with you guys. I've never worn a pair of Kobe's. I've tried Kobe's on back when, you know, Nike basketball sneakers were like the in thing with the LeBrons, the KDs, Kobe's, or whatever. I didn't wear Kobe's, I wore KD's, and I wore like a pair of LeBrons because honestly LeBrons felt like bricks on my feet, and KD probably had the most comfortable sneaker, at least to me. So that's what I wore when I hooped. Kobe's were just a little too narrow on my feet. I have wider feet, so the Kobe's were just a little uncomfortable when I wore them. I could obviously go up half a size, but I just went with the KD's. I just felt like they were a better basketball sneaker for me, and they also came in at a lower, you know, price, so it was a lot easier to convince my parents to get me that pair. But that does not mean that I haven't had an appreciation for the Kobe sneaker line. Now, on this list, we will only be ranking Nike Kobe sneakers. We won't be talking about the Adidas Kobe sneakers. We won't be talking about the sneakers that Kobe wore when he was a sneaker free agent, because honestly, we all know that the Kobe 3 PE and the 8s, they're going to be like the top two. No point in talking about them. We're just focusing on the Nike line. So without further ado, let's get into the list. So at number 10, this is a very sleek colorway. This is a sneaker that came out back in 2012, and it is the Kobe 7 Elite Away colorway. Now, Nike basketball, what they used to do is they would release a postseason version of their main sneaker lines, KD, LeBron, and Kobe. This sneaker is a very clean but simple colorway. It's all black. Of course, you got the snake skin on the upper, the carbon fiber on the back, the gold swoosh. These sneakers were clean when they came out. They were dope. They're still dope today, and that's why they find themselves at the number 10 spot on this list. At number 9 on our list, we are going a little more into the wild direction. We have the Kobe 8 What The. As I said in previous videos, I've been a big fan of what Nike and Jordan Brand does with their What The sneakers. I think it's just a wacky shoe. I'm not really a guy who's really into the wacky stuff, but the What The just works for me because it's just so out there and they own it. I feel like with these Kobe's, the What The, it doesn't really seem like it's a What The, because how a lot of the Kobe's were, it mimicked like a snake. like how it was, the upper was weaved, it looks like a snake, like when you had the milk snakes, or you know, the what's the other one? It's like, I don't want to call it the poison dart frogs, but I know it's not the poison dart frogs, but it's a Laker colorway. So, and the extraterrestrial Kobe's that came out, so it's a very fluid design on the upper, and they all just flow into each other. It's not like it's different panels on it like some of the other What The sneakers, and I think it just works really good. This is a dope sneaker. Would I go out and pay resale for it? Probably not, but I can admire it from a distance. Just because I like it doesn't mean I have to have it. And that will land that at the number 9 spot on our list. And at number 8 on this list, we have the Kobe 6 Think Pink. Now this is just such a good shoe. Back when in high school, I was a really big fan of the breast cancer awareness versions of the sneakers that they were released. I love the KD Aunt Pearls. That was just such a good sneaker to me. But when they would release the pink versions of the sneakers, or have something to do with the breast cancer awareness, I just thought it was really dope. I had the breast cancer awareness socks. It was just a really dope, like, design and idea for them to do that. And it also went to a good cause. So I just think these sneakers are really cool. I think it goes well. You got the little breast cancer logo on the side, the snakeskin upper. The Kobe 6 overall is just a really cool sneaker. And I mean, it definitely deserves to be in the top 10, and it lands at number 8 on our list. At number 7 on this video, we have yet another Kobe 6, and this one is for all you Christmas lovers out there. We have the Kobe 6 Grinch. Now, for a lot of people, this is a grail sneaker for people. It goes for easily over $1,000 on GOAT, StockX. The prices go crazy. Honestly, I'm not like over the moon about these sneakers. I think they're dope, but I don't think they're $1,000 plus dope. There's other sneakers, obviously, because it's only number 7 on this list, that I like better. And the Kobe 6 isn't my favorite of the Kobe sneakers. If I had to pick which Kobe sneakers were my favorite, it'd either be the 5 or the 7. Even though I think Undefeated has done some really cool things with the 4s. But back to the Grinches. Pretty much all green upper. The sneaker is pretty much an all green upper with a little bit of yellow towards the back that's blending in with the green. It's like a yellow green, black swoosh, red Kobe logo on the tongue. Not really much else to say about the sneaker. It's just a clean sneaker. It's dope. Would I actually wear it though? Probably not. I just don't see myself wearing one, other than Jordans. I don't really wear basketball sneakers anymore. And 2, if I was to pay resale for another pair of sneakers on this list, it'd be the sneakers more towards the top, and plus they're $1,000 plus, man. I just can't see myself shelling out $1,000 plus for any sneaker, but much less a Kobe 6. And at number 6 on this list, we have the Kobe 8 Extraterrestrials. Now, the Extraterrestrials were actually a part of the All-Star pack for All-Star Weekend 2014, I want to say. Don't quote me on that date. It was 2013. But I think this is one of the coolest Kobe sneakers. Obviously there's cooler ones, but it is one of my favorite ones that I think back. This is one of the ones that instantly pops into my head just because I remember it coming out so vividly, because that All-Star pack was like great. Like that All-Star pack was amazing. They released some really good All-Star packs. It was either the All-Star packs or the Black History Month packs. Nike was just hitting every single year with the heat. But I remember these. It's got the orange upper, the teal hits around the sneaker. Honestly, the sneaker would always make me think of like cheese pizza. I don't, fat boy vibes, but it would always make me think of cheese pizza. A sneaker like this, it just takes me back to those early high school years. It's just nostalgic, and that's what a lot of these sneakers on this list are. The ones that are released originally, not the Protros, but it just takes you back to a time when things were a lot simpler. And you only had to worry about, you know, getting up in the morning, going to class, and then, you know, coming home and going to play basketball or playing, you know, for the team, or, you know, playing Call of Duty. Like, those are the only things you had to worry about. So just making this list brings back a lot of good memories. But that's why this sneaker is at number 6 on this list. At number 5 on this list, we have what I think is the better Christmas sneaker. We have the Kobe 7 Christmas. Now this sneaker, and I think even some people have called it Joker. It always made me think of the Joker because it's mostly purple, but it's got the green and a little bit of black on there. But I just think the contrast between the purple and the green hits on this sneaker was so dope. Like, this sneaker is so good. These are actually the Kobe sneakers that Kobe wore that Christmas against the Chicago Bulls. But they got the subtle cheetah print under, the red laces, the ankle guard things that were green. This sneaker is just such a cool sneaker. It's probably Kobe's best Christmas sneaker, even though some people might disagree with me. But I think it's Kobe's best Christmas sneaker. And that's why it finds itself at the number 5 spot on this list. And at number 4 on this list, we are getting to our first Protro on this list. Of course, Protro is different than retro because they made the sneaker better. Usually with the retros, the tech they might use different tech, but the Protro, it was made as a performance basketball sneaker with upgraded tech so that new modern day hoopers could wear the sneakers. And Undefeated has done a couple collaborations with Nike on these, and they did back in 2019, they did the Undefeated Kobe 4 Protro Hyper Jade. Now, if the sneakers that we're releasing in a couple days weren't coming out, this would definitely be number 3 on my list. But because those sneakers are coming out, they moved down a bit on this list. These sneakers are so dope. That jade color, it's like when LeBron released the LeBron 10 jade, I think they were just called jades. The LeBron 10 jades or Christmas, I forget what they were called, but they were a jade color LeBron 10, and they were so, I know I keep saying dope, but they were so dope. But this one is a little bit like a lighter jade color. It's got the yellow hints, the 8 and 24 on the back of the heel. Dope sneaker. And it actually really looks good with patent leather. I hate patent leather, but this sneaker looks amazing. It's 5, I think last time I looked it was like 5 something on GOAT. I always quote GOAT prices even though GOAT prices are higher, but I just use GOAT more than StockX. I know a lot of people use StockX to gauge prices, but I'm on GOAT so much that I just know the GOAT prices. It was at like 5 something. These I would actually pay resale for because they're such a dope sneaker. And honestly, I've seen people hooping them. I don't even hoop anymore, but I'd hoop in these. And at number 3 on this list, we have a sneaker that has not released yet, but it is releasing this week for Mamba Week. It is another Undefeated collaboration, and it is the Kobe 5 What If. And it's actually a pack that has 2 sneakers in it, but I'm talking about the one side of the pack, which is the multicolored one. So the story behind this sneaker is all the colors on the shoe are supposed to represent the 13 teams that passed on Kobe Bryant. Of course, the 13th team being the Charlotte Hornets, who traded him to the Lakers. Now, I think that is such a dope, oh my God, I keep saying dope. I just think that is such a cool concept. I'm pretty sure it's been done before, but it just makes you think like all 13 of those teams passed on Kobe Bryant, and the 13th team actually selected Kobe Bryant and just shipped him off. And honestly, most people don't even know who they traded Kobe for. Like, I don't know who they traded Kobe for. I'd have to look it up. I couldn't tell you. But it makes you think like all the greats that were passed on. Like Michael Jordan was 3rd. He was drafted 3rd, and he's arguably the greatest player of all time. Kobe, like some of these guys were not picked number 1. Like LeBron was number 1, but like what 13 people passed on Kobe Bryant in that draft. Today, that's mind-boggling. It was probably, nobody knew what Kobe Bryant was going to become, and he truly did become one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Not the greatest basketball player of all time, but he was definitely iconic. He was something special. He made you hate him because he was such a good player and you just wanted him on your team. You were bitter because every single time he would just tear you up. You know how many times he's torn the Knicks up over the years? Talking about the Knicks always brings talking about the Knicks always just gets me a little tight. But those sneakers come out on the 27th. They're a pack. They will only be releasing on Undefeated, I believe. And so they are a pack. So you do have to buy, I'm pretty sure you do have to buy them together. There's no buying one or the other. You get the pack. There is the multicolor pair, and there's also the other pair that's white gold. It has the teal hits on it. I think that one's cool as well. I just like the multicolor one better, but if I was able to get that pack, like, I'm definitely keeping it. I'm rocking those. I just think there are two really cool sneakers. I'd be wearing the multicolor one a lot more, but just dope sneakers. And I just really want to get my hands on them. And at number 2 on this list, we have the Kobe 7 Galaxy. Now, Galaxy print has had a lot of hype in the sneaker industry, in the sneaker game. Galaxy foam posits, Galaxy LeBrons, Kobe's, KD's, Air Maxes, whatever. If you put Galaxy on it, it's probably gonna go. The last Air Maxes that came out, I mean, if they were more limited, they probably would have went, but they've restocked like 30 times already. But these sneakers are super iconic, cool sneaker. Was an all-star game release. Again, I remember when these came out, they were, honestly, this is when you could honestly walk into a Foot Locker and grab a sneaker. You could actually just go in there and grab a shoe. Unless it was like a Jordan or something, then you'd have to wait in line. But if you wanted like the LeBrons or the Kobe's, unless they were like a super limited one, like some of the postseason ones were super limited, but you could at least have a chance to just walk in. I know there were some times when I would just walk in the Foot Locker and they would just have Kobe's. Like, you would just have the Kobe's and you could grab a pair. But that's not anymore, especially with Corona and all this stuff. But I remember when these came out, again, bringing back those high school memories of when they were just such good times when Nike basketball. That was probably, if I had to rate, that was probably my favorite time of loving sneakers, is that Nike basketball era with the KDs, the Kobe's, the LeBrons. It was like every week or a couple of weeks, there was just heat. It was either a fire LeBron, a KD, or a Kobe. It was one of them. And when you would see the new sneaker that was coming out, it's just like, ah, man, I gotta have it. But the Galaxies, dope sneaker. Again, probably wouldn't pay resale for it because it's stupid, but that is why the Kobe's fall at number 2 on this list. And I'm pretty sure they've got glow in the dark on them, so who doesn't like glow in the dark on their sneakers? And at number 1 on this list, it was obvious from the start, there's no other Kobe that's better than this, and that is the original and the Protro, not the white version, the original Kobe 5 Bruce Lee. I mean, what more can be said about this sneaker? It's a lot of people's favorite Kobe's other than the Grinches. It's my favorite. I think is by far the best. Of course, inspired by Bruce Lee, the yellow and black upper, the red slashes on the front representing Enter the Dragon, one of Bruce Lee's movies in the 70s. Pretty sure it was the 70s. And honestly, it's just clean. It's a dope concept. Of course, even Kyrie Irving had one of his sneakers modeled after this Kobe model. So obviously he really likes this sneaker. And to me, it's just a landslide that this is #1 on this list. The Bruce Lees, they got the white version that are still cool, but they're not as cool as the yellow ones. They even remade this sneaker on a Kobe 9, I believe it was. It was either a 9 or a 10, I forget which one it was. But those ones aren't as nice. You don't get as much as the of the detail from like the details, like the red stripes and the slashes on the front of it. And overall, I just think the Kobe 5 is a way better silhouette than the Kobe 9 or 10. Either one, they're better than both of them. But that is the list for today, everybody. Again, I hope you are enjoying your Mamba week. Hopefully you were able to grab at least one pair of the Kobe's that came out this week, or if you were able to grab the jersey. There's a couple more releases coming this week. I'm just going to run through them real quick. You got the Undefeated pack that is coming out on the 27th. You've got the EYBL Girls that is coming out on the 29th. And I'm pretty sure that is the only other 2 Kobe's that are coming out this week. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's the only other 2 that are coming out this week. There's been speculation of other ones that are coming later in the year. Also, other releases that are coming: Denim Fire Reds, Evergreen Air Maxes. I'm definitely going for those. The Metacom Dunks tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Those are going to be their dunks, so prepare for your L. I'm pretty sure that might be it, but definitely a lot of really cool sneakers coming out lately. Drop a comment down below if you were able to cop any of the Kobe's or even the jersey that came out. I know one person who happened to cop the jersey. Haven't seen anybody of my like personal friend group who was able to cop the sneakers. But if you did watch this video and you did cop, make sure you leave a comment down below if you did, and let me know what of the rest of the Kobe's that came out you're looking to cop, and what's your favorite Kobe of all time. Make sure you drop it down below. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post new videos. More videos will be coming out more frequently. I won't be working as much because I'll be home for school, so I'll have more time to make more videos. But without further ado, enjoy the rest of your Mamba week. Kobe, we miss you. Mamba mentality, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.